Let's get into the biggest trade that happened yesterday after our last episode. The Clippers are trading Zubac to the Indiana Pacers in exchange for Ben Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 2 first-round picks, 1 second-round pick. Kobe Brown is also a part of this trade going to Indiana. And the Clippers are receiving the 2026 first-round pick from the Pacers, protected 1 through 4, and 10 through 30, plus the 2029 unprotected pick. And if this 2026 one doesn't convey, that they get an unprotected 2031.
This was like I've never seen a double protected pick.
It's like back in front of you.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. No.
Yeah, I think we got a few of these. I can't remember them top off of my head, but yeah, I think this is one of the best ones I've seen, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. I was like, wow, those protections are insane. But I really love this trade, especially when you talk about the Pacers. They got their work done early. They got their all-season job done. And now they look like a team who's going to come in with a starting quality center. They're going to get Tyrese Halliburton back, and then Pascal Siakam. When they have a very well-constructed team now when you talk about they addressed the big issue. In the center position, they lost Miles Turner. Now they got Zubac. Different play styles, but I do like it still.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I think this says a lot about how much they feel about Tyrese Halliburton and the team that they had a year ago. This is my type of GM, and where you trade that pick because there's a team that has a desperation for like draft capital and assets, but you say, hey, we understand the draft that this is, so give us that 1 through 4. But if it falls from 5 to 9, y'all can have that shit. But then, if it's 10 to 30, we'll take that back. I like it. And then for the
I don't even understand the 10 through 31. Like, that's almost impossible based on where we are in the NBA right now.
just in case the NBA do some janky shit.
But no, the furthest you can fall is 2 spots. So for them to end up with the 10th pick, they would have to like go on a crazy win streak in the second half of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To fall to the 8th odds.
They say just in case.
I guess just in case. Because Rick Carlisle not going to try to lose like some of these other teams. Some of these other teams are actively trying to lose. This is like one of the biggest individual gambles you can think of, man. Mm-hmm. They traded away. That pick is 50% chance to just not convey to them.
Yeah.
And then you look at, even though the Wizards won, you look at the way the Wizards are running their game. Their starters just don't play in the fourth quarter no more. Yesterday, Larry Markkanen didn't play for the last quarter and a half of the game. No injury, no nothing. The Jazz are making sure that they keep that top 8 protected pick. So you might get out-tanked by these guys, and now right now they have the 3rd best odds. And Brooklyn is right there in front of them, or I guess behind them, depending on how you look at it, and the Washington Wizards. So bringing in Zoo, they're not a team that's going to be like, Zoo, we shutting you down for the season. Zubac is going to count for a couple wins, so by the end of the regular season, they may have the 5th best odds, which now changes it, so now you have a 40% chance to keep the pick instead of the 55% chance.
But that's been the conversation we've had. That pick,
I'm not even saying it's a bad swing, it's just interesting. It's just
yeah, exactly. That's why I like it, because it's like, for the price of Zubac, if we're not getting that top 4 pick, y'all can have it. Mm-hmm. Because once we get at 5, it's not that you can't get anybody that fits the Pacers, but it won't be nobody that can address what Zubac is. And a lot of the best options at that time will more than likely be at positions that they already have. I mean, the top 4 might be the same way too. If they get the 4th or 3rd overall pick, that looks like Boozer or Wilson at this point, which play the same position as Pascal Siakam, but maybe they just feel like those are can't miss.
Yeah, you got a back pocket timeline in a way.
Yeah, or you can trade it. I don't know. But I feel like, at 5 to 9, if I'm the Pacers, I think you're willing to give that up for Zubac. And it sounds better to do that this way now than getting to the lottery and trying to do this trade, because now you have the 9th pick or the 8th pick or the 7th pick, and you're trying to sell it to the Clippers, and they're getting all this intel. It's like, no, you may be, hey, LA, y'all might get the 5th pick. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then they like, oh, shit, okay, say less. So I think it's dope. I think it's interesting. How do you feel about it for the Clippers?
I love it for the Clippers.
Yeah.
If we're going to sell, then we might as well sell the odds of getting the top 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And if we aren't going to get the top 10 pick, who the hell knows what the NBA looks like in 2031? We got that one unprotected, and the 2029 unprotected. That's great value. Even going back to the James trade, that's great value for a 36-year-old James Harden, where you get a Darius Garland. And then the conversation arose of like, okay, what's happening with Kawhi Leonard? Everybody's speculating about it. I don't want to bring it to the show, but like obviously they're actively being investigated. Mm-hmm. So maybe that plays a part. and why Kawhi Leonard, there was like not a single trade buzz about him. But I think the Clippers walk away as one of the winners of the deadline because they sold on a really, because Zubac, let's be real, Zubac has a year and a half of him being really good.
Yeah.
And we just got 2 really good picks at minimum. So I think that's a win.
And also, they still don't know the status of their own pick. Like, they still may not get there. So if they're able to walk out of here, let's say the lottery just somehow go in their favor completely.
Who we talking about?
The OKC pick. If they
That pick is completely unprotected. They don't hold any rights to that pick.
You just wanted to win to get not that.
So it gets higher and higher. You don't want to give them no top pick.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought that was like a protected pick.
No, that's just unprotected.
That's Paul George trade, man. Paul George completely unprotected trade chip.
But yeah, but if they can come out of here with a top 5 pick, top 10 pick, that'd be dope.
Well, yeah. They got 5 to 9.
Yeah, it's a small window, but it's a window.
Yeah.
It's a window. And it would feel cool for them to get that. I mean, they wanted to move their timeline to 2027, got it done in 2026.
Because when you look at their team, they don't really have any young guys that you would say is like the future.
It depends on how you look. Is Darius Garland still a young guy to you? 26 years old, 2-time All-Star?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, I guess.
And then Ben Mather, we'll know. They got him in the
Ben
trade.
Mather,
We'll see what he looks like.
I
second
wonder
team.
what they would do. If they got the 5th, 6th pick, I wonder what they would do.
Because it's guards.
It feel that part of the draft feels guard centric. I mean, you still got Nate Ament, who's been like really turning it up as of recently. Maybe that would be the route that they go. But they just traded Zubac. You can get Chris Sinek
I think at that
from
point, we
Houston.
love Darius Garland, but we got to pick the best player available, even if that means another point guard.
Yeah, another point guard. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Because at the end of the day,
Kingston Fleming.
Yes, Kingston Fleming I don't know much about him, but projects to be better than Darius Garland, and he ends up being better than Darius. Darius is going to be 28 in 2 years. And
You know what?
on the last
They
year of
might
the year.
actually go Wagler from U of I.
Shout out
Because
to
that
my
would be a guy that could be a point guard and an off-ball guard next to Darius Garland. Last time they did some shit like that, it turned to Shea.
See how that went.
I don't know how often that happens.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Clippers knew what they was losing.
And you got anything else to say about this trade, anybody, before we move on to the next one?
No, this is just a really good trade in my opinion. The NBA is heading towards a nice, I don't want to say nice, but like an interesting place where you see like these guys like Jay Ivey, Benedict Mathen, all these guys got traded. Cam Thomas got waived.
Oh, whoa.
I'm sorry, but like that restricted free agency, getting to the second contract, is not what it used to be. It felt like guys used to get that off top.
At this point, you kind of have to be an all-star.
Yeah. It used to be if you were the top 5 pick, you guaranteed to just, hey, here, yeah, you got his extension. We're gonna bring him back. But nah, NBA teams like, nah, hell no, trade him.
Yeah, let's do a small trade. Your Knicks got Jose Alvarado. We found out that Deuce McBride is done for the regular season at least, and they replace him with Alvarado, costing you Dalen Terry, who I know you was super excited to have on your Knicks.
Shout out to my guy.
And
You just
2
ordered your
second-round
Dalen
picks.
Terry
You did
jersey,
order
too.
the jersey, and you had to speculate what number he was going to wear
Yeah.
too.
So
They let
you
me
got
cancel.
99.
They let me cancel it though.
Oh, okay,
They
that's
let
what's
me
up.
cancel
That's
it.
what's up. But now you got Jose Alvarado instead.
Yeah, man, I like this. I love getting guys that are from the area. I love guys that bring a certain toughness. I think he's also one of those guys that can have playoff moments.
Yep.
Not necessarily in the ways that we know others to have him, like a 39-point performance or something like that, but just to bring in that intensity, full court press, things that teams were doing to us last year. It feels good to now know that we have somebody or a couple of guys that'll be able to do that, because Deuce McBride could do that as well. But Jose Alvarado is going to really bring a certain intensity for playoff basketball that Mike Brown has been saying he wants in his locker room.
I'm thinking about the combination of that intensity alongside Josh Hart, too, when they're both on the floor.
Did you see? As soon as the trade happened, Josh Hart called him.
No, I
it's
didn't
like a
see
screenshot of their FaceTime.
But I believe it. I believe it. Like, I think to some degree, the Knicks do need a little bit of toughness, and he's one of those guys that's just like, he going to compete every night. So I love
We
it.
need that against the Detroits of the world.
And he'll fight a Mark Williams if you let him. He ain't scared of nobody. It don't matter if you're a foot taller than him. It don't matter.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.